Hey y'all, so I finally made it up to a point in my life where I set all my bills on autopay, right?
Right.
Pay me. I'm excited because I'm like, yeah, I ain't gotta check, I ain't gotta log in here, log in here, log in here. I ain't gotta check here, check there, check here, check here.
Right.
See if I made sure I pay this, because maybe listen, I will forget. So I got all my bills set up on autopay, so I don't have to worry about no bills not being paid, right?
Right.
So something tells me to go check my car because I want to see how much I have paid on it since I had got it like last year. March, April, February, March, somewhere around that time when I had got my BMW X5. So I checked my Capital One, which is, who I got my van through. And I'm like, okay, we almost halfway there, almost done. But I decided to check my BMW and it's only paid $5,000. I'm like, no, I'm being scammed.
Did the scam come before or after you knew about this $1,998.62 payment? Because, ma'am, you had to know this before you walked out the door. You signed on the dotted line for a 2021 BMW X5 with that monthly payment. That makes me wonder, what the credit score look like? What? Because that's crazy. This is a lot of people's mortgage, rent. This is up there with that. And another thing is, the balance isn't going to get paid very fast if you have a high interest rate, which a lot of people don't think about. They're just like, oh, the interest rate don't mean nothing. That is one of the reasons why a lot of people are in debt and take forever to pay back off loans and credit cards and stuff like that, because the interest rate is going to do you in. When you're making the payment, you may think, oh, I'm paying off the car. You're not. You're likely putting a lot of money into the interest, not the principal. So if you really want to knock this out, in the event you're making extra payments, you want to call and make sure that it's going towards the principal. But in this case, she had it set to auto pay for the monthly amount. Yes, ma'am. Them first couple of years, you're probably not going to really see any big results with your payment as a whole on what you owe on the loan, because a lot of these payments are going towards the interest. I need for y'all to actually take a look at this stuff way before you done been in the game for about a year with the car, or with the loan, or with the credit card, whatever it is. And don't get me wrong, having everything set to auto pay is great. Like, if you know you're going to forget, like, I got my stuff set on auto pay. But by no means do I think there should be any confusion after a year of you not checking your own stuff about why it's not getting paid as fast as you probably would want, when likely you have a high interest rate. What? And at the bottom, does that say outstanding balance?
I'm like, no, I'm being scammed because not only am I on auto pay, but I'm paying $19.93, which is a hell of a lot, right? I know. That was the stupidest thing I ever done. But anyways.
It's the self-admission that these are bad financial decisions, but let's be honest, the car's got people in the chokehold. I'm pretty sure this is something that she really wanted. It was a BMW. I don't know. But why else would you get something and a year down the line be like, yeah, it was a bad financial decision. You must have really wanted this car. And I understand. A lot of people have desires to drive nice cars. And I'm not saying she's broke, but a lot of people are broke because their money is all going towards a car. Might not be room for much else if you do stuff like this. And y'all, this is crazy. The outstanding balance for this BMW is $100,412.28. And she's nowhere close to paying this car off.
I'm paying $19.93 a month for my BMW X5.
Right.
And y'all telling me that since last year of March, I only paid $5,000 towards my car?
Yes.
So I'm on chat like, y'all can have this thing back. Because y'all ain't about to scam me.
I'm trying to understand. Is this a scam? This isn't a legit scam, ma'am. This is one of them incidents where I'm like, no, this is what you asked for. This is what you wanted. We have to have a level of accountability. Now, I know you might not like the payment. You don't like that a lot of your stuff is going towards the interest, and you probably haven't taken the time to understand what is going on and why it's playing out the way it is. But that doesn't mean that they scammed you. It does mean that you might not be financially educated and lack financial literacy. You might just not understand how that interest rate works. A lot of people don't understand, but the thing is, we can take the time to understand these things now. We have the resources available at our fingertips. So these sort of things are avoidable. But I'm willing to tell you, when they came to you, because they had to have shown you $1,998 was going to be your monthly payment, and you were okay with it. So the real question is, what has changed between last year and now to where now it's a scam? Now they got you. Now they can have the car. I don't know if you just don't have the desire for this car anymore. Financial situation could have changed. Who knows? But why the sudden change, like Destiny's Child said? No more.
I'm not about to pay another year. So I'm on chat like, y'all can have this thing back. Because y'all ain't about to scam me no more. I'm not about to pay another year of $19.93 a month. And, it seems like it's not going towards nothing but interest.
Yes. See? Okay, so you do get it. Now, the question is, what was your interest rate? Now, if we can get to the bottom of that, since you know it's going towards interest, did you get a 20? And I don't hope so, but that would check out. Do you have a bad credit score? Because we got to be honest about the conversation, y'all. That matters. You're likely to get a better interest rate if you have good credit than if you don't. That's just the facts. I don't make the rules. So a lot of people out there are like, oh, my credit don't matter, blah, blah, blah. This is the type of stuff that's going to happen to you. Even if you do come up on some money and you're not paying for the car in cash, you're still going to have a high interest rate. And they're still going to get you because it's going to take you so long to pay it off. By the time that you even look in your account, like you said, like how she did, you feel like somebody robbing you. You feel like it's a scam. You feel like they set you up. Whole time, the information is right there when you sign to get the car.
Like, it's not going towards the payment. It's not going to... Listen, I don't know. I made it to the point like where I started making money and I had a lot of dumb decisions and I'm still learning, still growing, and I'm learning.
I called it. I said, look, if you make money, I have not seen this whole video. If you make money, a lot of y'all think that y'all are going to be safe. Y'all are going to be safe from these high interest rates. When you're not paying cash for these things, you are about to feel it. Because I'm going to assume she make a lot of money because what? But anyway, all that's really signaling to the bank is, hey, she going to pay us back because like she got it. She can make the payment even though the interest rate is probably ridiculously high. But who cares? Because we see you got it. We see the income coming in. So if you can't pay it, like that's your fault. Most of your payment going towards the interest, that's your fault. Because in all honesty, nobody needs this type of car. This is one of them dream cars, one of them I wanted this, I wanted to get what I wanted type of cars. Like, I'm gonna be for real. I'm glad she's actually saying, hey, she started making more money and like, unfortunately, she's making bad financial decisions. But yeah, it's never too late to learn. But it seems like she knew most of the payment was going towards the interest. So now she acting shocked.
But that was the dumbest mistake ever. But I'm here to tell you, y'all can have that car back. I will willfully bring the car back to the parking lot so y'all can have it.
Why do y'all do stuff like this, though? Now, if she got the money to pay for it, man, they don't want that car back from you. Let me be honest. They don't want the car back from you. This is what they want. They want you to keep paying them interest on this high, ridiculous car that you had the desire. You went to them folks and said, this is what I want. And I'm going to pay y'all this monthly payment every month. For years, she's going to pay them this. Still ain't hurt the interest rate. But they want that from you because in the end, they're going to make way more money off of the interest that you're paying on this car that ain't even going to be worth it. Because again, this is a depreciating asset, y'all. When y'all get these cars, especially y'all folks that love to get new cars, as soon as you pull that thing off the lot, your car done depreciated so much, but you wanted the new car smell. You wanted no miles. You wanted no other owners of the car. And guess what? A car loses a significant amount of value the moment it is driven off the lot. On average, a new car can lose about 10 to 20% of its value immediately. So why you want to do this? Why you want to go and do that? So let me break it down real quick. If you bought a car for $100,000 and it was brand new, after you bought it and drove off the lot, your car value just dropped by about $10,000. And all you did was go to and from the street. Personally, I don't think getting a new car is ever a good idea. Low miles, close to new, okay. But brand new, no. And we didn't even tack on the fact that it's going to continue to depreciate. Meanwhile, you are barely paying off the car because you're making interest payments. They love when they can have people do this. They're about to make bank off of you. They are. And they hope you don't know. They hope you put your stuff on Autopay and don't check in. Don't look for about 2 to 5 years. By the time you realize you ain't really made a dent, and hey, all of this is going towards the interest, which is why they want you in the car in the first place and why they don't want you to bring it back to the lot, you might already be a little too late. And also, we didn't even talk about the fact that some of these people buy the cars at the worst time. And then if they try to like privately sell it, they can't even go on Facebook Market and sell the car for how much they got left on the loan. They're upside down. And again, that depends on when you bought the car. What were the market conditions? And so a lot of people end up trying to go to the dealer trading something in with negative equity. And that ain't gonna do nothing but tack it on to the next car you get and the cycle repeats. Stuff like this be stressing me out.
On my mama, on my soul, I'm not even playing. Because how have I had it for damn near, it's been a year now. And you telling me I only paid $5,000?
Look, it's almost like we're using our feelings instead of the math. No, and it's no offense. But if we just think logically about this, if we're looking at this from a mathematical perspective, it absolutely makes sense why you haven't made a dent. Personally, we want it to make a dent because we've been making the payments. That's not how it works, though. Do you guys really think in this capitalistic society we live in that they would allow you to do that if it wouldn't make them money? Think about how much thousands of dollars you probably paid towards the car just because of the interest. They know what's going to happen. They know you're not thinking about it. They know you have a desire to be riding clean and to be in the certain car you want to be in. And this is what you get. It's sad.
I'm not playing with y'all. I'm on the app with them right now. I'm not playing with y'all. Is y'all crazy?
They already getting the money about you, ma'am. And as bad as I feel for her in this situation, and I understand where her frustration is coming from, ma'am, they don't care that you on the app going back and forth with them. They running up a bag.
Y'all let me know make sure y'all check in what y'all check in. I don't know. I didn't know that you could make payments and it only go towards interest, honey.
Well, it's likely mostly going towards interest, especially if you got a high interest rate. And we still ain't heard of people about that. But she's saying she didn't know. So what do y'all do when y'all go to the car dealership? Do y'all ask questions? Or is the excitement of getting the new car just like everything is out the window and you don't care about that? You just want to drive off with the car? Because this is a setup for those not paying attention. But why wouldn't you be paying attention to that?
When I set up Autopay, I thought that it was going to go to the car payment or whatever, and whatever else it go to automatically. But apparently I got to log in and make sure that it's not just going to interest, that it's going towards the car.
I don't want some of y'all to own houses with this sort of thinking. This is scary. Y'all really not logging in to see what's what? Just setting it on Autopay and hoping for the best and wishing upon the start? Like, what are we doing? We are the adults, and I don't know how old she is. She's very pretty, by the way. But we're the adults, y'all. We're supposed to be the ones that got it together. We're supposed to be the ones understanding this sort of stuff so we can tell the children, to tell the youth what is really going on and how it really works. How are we going to do that if we got stuff set on Autopay and we're not paying attention and we just like, oh, I'm just check it in a year or two? What? We really got to do better. That's not okay, y'all. And I'm not trying to make an excuse, but I think with all the technology that is now at our fingertips, we have got too comfortable with automating everything to where we don't even look at our bills. What if you're being overcharged? You wouldn't even know if they were overcharging you, if there was some sort of discrepancy, because things like that happen all the time. I know because I catch them. I'll be like, some $20 off. Why are y'all charging me? Because I for sure will call up a company like, hey, I got all my ducks in a row. Why are y'all charging me for this? And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, we were doing something new. We didn't know if you had insurance for X, Y, and Z. Now run me my reimbursement. Take off these late fees because what? We're the new adults, y'all. Come on. We love to hold the older generation accountable, but at least they was balancing checkbooks. At least they was sitting down and looking at what they had. We getting a little too comfortable, y'all.
Which don't make sense. If my payment is $19.93, then I would think that it automatically would go to where it needs to go. Lesson learned. Won't be a dummy no more. Won't spend no foolish money on nothing else. I am learning. But moral of the story, y'all can get this thing back.
Moral of the story, cars can be a money pit and they could keep you broke. Now, I'm not saying she broke, but that payment is ridiculous. That's not normal. Like, come on, y'all. I know a lot of y'all like, you need a car to get around. Not that car. I don't care what you say. Not that one. Because that's just too much. That's too much.
That's on my soul. So y'all see I just posted the screenshots, right?
Yeah.
Now, she asked me, kindly confirm the reason you are returning the vehicle. I said, I haven't had the car for a full year and it's only showing I paid $5,000. I've been paying $19.94, which was wrong, $19.98, for every month for an entire year. And no way I only paid $5,000. She said, I totally understand. Kindly note a state required letter may be sent before your vehicle can be picked up. Ma'am, what? This is a scam.
Wait, is this a repo? Is this a voluntary surrender? What is? Please allow 7 to 10 business days after you return the signed form for the provider to make contact to arrange the pickup. And it's like, ma'am, if they do this, ain't this finna go in your credit? Y'all think they just gonna come take the car to do y'all a favor because now you tired? Like, girl, this ain't no lease. You signed an agreement.
So no reasoning at all. Not, oh, sorry, ma'am, I see here you did pay over $11K. Nothing. This man.
Oh my gosh. I feel like she want them to be emotional about it. You probably talking to AI in the first place. 2, ma'am, they don't care nothing about what you paid. They don't care that you're upset about it. What are we talking about? Were they supposed to like coddle you at this moment? Like, well, yeah, we're so sorry that you've been making payments towards the interest that you said that you were going to pay. Whether she understood how the interest was going to work or not, she was definitely okay with paying that amount per month. And we have not heard anything about how high this interest rate is, which tells me it got to be high. There's no way. And even if it's not high, you were okay with paying this last year. Why are they now supposed to sympathize with you when you actually was cool with it? It ain't like this almost $2,000 payment you got is a surprise to you. The only real surprise it seems like is that she's like, hey, it's not really getting paid off because it's not really going towards the principal. And again, we're missing the big part of this conversation, which is the interest rate. That is why it is what it is. If you had a 0% interest rate, you wouldn't be on here talking about this with this lady, talking about, oh, my stuff ain't getting paid down, because you wouldn't be paying interest. You see what I'm saying? We're leaving that out, which is the vital information. And that is her biggest problem. Are we okay, y'all? Are we all right?
Yeah. Come get it. Bye. I'm done. Signed, sealed, delivered. You can have it.
Y'all, please look into what your interest rates are before you sign on the dotted line for a car. I don't know what we witnessing right now. I'm scared. Y'all comment down below, would you ever pay $1,998 for a 2021 BMW? Would you pay that much a month for a car, period? But we have to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.